What's going on, everyone? This is Chocolate AMUN-RA. A unheard of message. I normally do not do these type of messages, but I'm doing this message because I think our black people really need to understand certain circumstances and repercussions of the things they do. I am Chocolate AMUN-RA. And before I send this message out, let's pay all due respects to the Creator. The sun rises. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. When I found out through my journey that so many of our black Nubian people are lost. Yes, we understand that. We understand they lost. And can we find them? And can we fix them? Excuse me. This is a possibility. But I also find that there's a lot of our black Nubian brothers and sisters, quote unquote, that are very jealous. They're jealous and they hate themselves. And the reason why I'm stating this is because when you begin to see this on a daily basis, that when you want to clearly, I want you to understand something, clearly to understand a lack of information can destroy your mind. A lack of information can destroy you because you assume that you think you know it all and you haven't even scratched the surface. This is very important to understand. We are a lost tribe in our own minds. When we begin to study the origin of life and then branch out to find who we think that we are, because the only way you're truly going to find out is you can go to the records and you can do all that, but I always believe DNA has more substance to going to the records, go to the Hall of Records. Your DNA is going to tell you basically where your genetic code comes from. Now, if your genetic codes, and you can find this information out of where you literally come from, what part of this planet you come from, then you could begin to make your full journey. Now, I'm not going to stay too much on a genetic code all through the bloodline, but I do want to suggest that you must be careful with a lot of our black brothers and sisters that is out here, especially when things is not going well for them. They will put themselves on a line and try to destroy you. Now, I know a lot of you probably, and matter of fact, not you probably, you cannot stand that the fact that we talk about our own peoples. But if you're not out there in the street, the workforce, in the communities, and paying attention to what's going around you, or you just ignoring the fact that our people, a certain percentage, do not have a clue on what's going on. That's just 1%. Your second percentage is they don't care what religion they go to. Your third percentage is always about finance. And there's nothing worse when you find a man, a grown man or grown woman who's stuck up and jealous of things that they can't have or own. But they can make an effort and try to do the best they have possibility to do what they need to do to live abundant life. I realize, is this my responsibility to overlook the shadows of foolish men and women? Is it my responsibility to take part of their foolishness? Is this my responsibility to seek and really begin to adapt on this true knowledge that my journey has taken me onto? Can I turn the other cheek, but be able to deliver a strong message to those who's weak in the mind? I'm beginning to wrestle this different type of issues on a regular basis. At times I want to be physical to the enemy. At times I want to not say anything to the enemy. At times I want to destroy the enemy. Who is the enemy? The enemy looks like me. He talks like me. She reacts like me. He reacts like me. This battle's a constant battle. You have to leave your home to go out to the street, to get to the job, to get to the job, to go to the store, to go to the store, to go visit your family. And you're constantly dealing with our own peoples and their psychological behavior. Now, once again, we look at each other every day as if we are the enemy, without a hesitation. You look up and down at me like if I am the enemy. And when you hear the message that we're not the enemies towards each other, majority of the time you'll hear, I don't give a damn. I just don't like you. And the problem is so many of our Nubian black culture has the same state of mind. What are we going to do? All I got to say is this, my brothers and sisters, is that if your journey is into the spiritual enlightenment system and you transform yourself into a god or a goddess on this earth, or you choose to use the word as king and queens, we must be better. It's easy for violence, but we must use our minds. If we are to be better human beings and train our children to be better human beings, we must put down the violence and use our mind. In fact, the Creator gave us the ability to think and to create. Those who constantly wants to try to destroy each other, your mind has not awoken to what it needs to be and what you need to be done. So those who've been awoken, we must have patience, courage, enlightenment, and pass this wisdom on. And those who are still asleep, they're going to continue being insane, ignorant to the tolerance of such foolishness of their behavior. We need to stop this. We need to stop them, because if they choose to ever stay in the same realm of their foolishness, then we leave them as they be. Nothing. We can always grow with the children that we have now. If they want to keep on the old personality, instead of stripping the old personality and bringing on the new. So gods and goddesses and kings and queens, we must move into the future. We must move into the future with using our common senses, being aware of the things we need to be doing, and being aware of our consciousness. We must not continue on repeating the same cycle. But repeating the same cycle is a dangerous thing to do. We must alert all our brothers and sisters. We must alert all our gods and goddesses. We must alert all our kings and queens. Watch out for the foolish black man. Watch out for the foolish black woman. These people are not here for our people. These people are here to hurt us. Remember this. Malcolm X, the Black Panthers, Martin Luther King, W.E. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey, they've been infiltrated. They've been infiltrated by men and women of our black Nubian race who betrayed us. We must keep our eyes open Because jealousy is a weapon. And jealousy and our Black Nubian race have destroyed us in so many different levels. Now, I know so many of y'all listening to this statement that I am saying, and you probably feel uncomfortable. But those who ignore this, if you haven't been infiltrated already, or maybe you are the one who's been infiltrated and you are the one who's beginning to do it. And if you are the one who's going to be able to do it, we're going to find you. We're going to destroy you. We don't need you in the future of keeping our peoples back and holding us back because you are jealous. Some of you appear to be great men and women, but behind closed doors, you have a psychological implant in your mind, and you are dangerous. So kings and queens and gods and goddesses, as I sound off, be aware of the black man and the black woman that's jealous. Be aware of how they approach you. Some of these people, they walk around with 2 and 3 faces, and you never know who they are. Be aware. They're not your friends. They're nothing to you, but your enemy. We don't need to make the same mistake again. Wake up. They all around you. This is Chocolate AMUN-RA. Peace.